Okay, let's talk about English grammar. Have you ever felt like it's this giant, complicated maze, especially when you're dealing with time? Well, in this explainer, we are going to untangle those so-called perfect tenses. You know the ones that can seem anything but perfect. But I promise by the end of this, you'll see the simple, kind of beautiful logic hiding inside. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with the puzzle itself, why these tenses even exist. Then we'll build our understanding one step at a time, connecting the past to the present, then looking at the past before the past. After that, we'll add that little continuous twist, and finally, bring it all together so you can master your timeline. All right, first up, the perfect tense puzzle. And look, it's a totally fair question. Why on earth do we need so many different ways to talk about something that's already happened? Just take a look at this sentence. He had been running before he ran the marathon. I mean, it sounds a little weird, doesn't it? A bit repetitive. You've got had been running and ran, both about running, in the same thought. This is exactly the kind of grammar knot we're here to unravel. But trust me on this, the logic behind it is actually way simpler than it looks. Once it clicks, it just clicks. So let's break it down. Okay, our very first building block is what we call the present perfect tense. And this one is all about building a bridge from something that happened in the past to what's going on right now. You see, the present perfect has one primary job, and that's to connect a past action directly to the present moment. A great way to think of it is as the bridge to now. It's not just about saying something happened. It's about saying it happened and it matters right now. And here's exactly how that bridge works. Let's say you lost your keys. That action happened in the past, right? But the impact, the fact that you're standing at your door and you still can't find them, is being felt now. The present perfect is the tense that connects that past event to your current problem. And this little difference is absolutely crucial. If you say, I lost my keys, that's just a fact about the past. Who knows? Maybe you found them 2 minutes later. The story's over. But if you say, I have lost my keys, you're saying something totally different. You're implying, and because of that, I can't get in my house right now. See? The impact is happening now. Okay, so that's our bridge from the past to now. But what happens when you need to talk about two different things that both happened in the past? That is exactly where the past perfect comes in. It helps us talk about the past before the past. The past perfect is all about sequence. It's about telling a good story. Its whole job is to take two past events and make it 100% clear which one happened first. I like to call it the flashback tense. It's like your personal grammar time machine that lets you jump back to an even earlier point in your story. So imagine this timeline. You have two past events. Someone arrived, and a coffee was finished. Which one happened first? Well, the past perfect, that little phrase had finished, acts like a timestamp. It tells us, nope, the coffee was all done before the arrival. It creates a crystal clear order of events. You know, without the past perfect, a sentence like, he arrived, she finished her coffee, is actually a little ambiguous. I mean, did she quickly chug the rest as he was walking in the door? But if we say she had finished her coffee before he arrived, boom, the sequence is locked in, the coffee was done, then he showed up. Zero confusion. All right, moving on to section 4, adding the continuous twist. This is where we bring in those ing words. Now, this sounds like it's going to get complicated, but it's not. It's really just adding one extra layer of meaning. It's all about focusing on how long an action was in progress. So here's how that little twist works. If you say, I have read the book, you're focusing on completion. The task is finished, it's done. But if you say, I have been reading the book, you completely shift the focus to the duration. You're emphasizing the process, telling us what you've been busy doing right up until this very moment. And it's the exact same logic for the past perfect. He had fixed the car tells us the repair job was complete before some other past event, but he had been fixing the car tells us what he was in the middle of doing before that other thing happened. For instance, he had been fixing the car for 3 hours when it finally started to rain. The focus is all on that ongoing activity in the past. And that brings us right to our final section, mastering your timeline. Now, let's put all of these pieces together and see the full, beautiful, and actually very clear picture. And there you have it, your ultimate perfect tense cheat sheet. The present perfect, that's your bridge to now. Past perfect, that's your flashback tense. And adding that continuous twist just puts the focus on duration. So let's go all the way back to our original puzzle. He had been running before he ran the marathon. It makes perfect sense now, right? The activity of training, the running, was happening for a long period of time before the main event, the marathon itself. It works. So, here's a little challenge for you. Think about your day so far. What have you done since you woke up? What had you already done before you started this explainer? What have you been doing all morning? Try telling that little story using these tenses. Seriously, the more you use them, the more they just become second nature.